All right, we are live on gun channels and YouTube, hopefully, when it switches over. Why does it always lag? There we go. So, welcome live from the crossroads of America to Rick's Life as I See It, a 1 hour talk show about guns, politics, and anything else that crosses my mind. Answer questions from the audience. Just put it in the chat or email me at rickslife at gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. As you can see in my lower thirds here, I have my Patreon account lined up there if anybody's interested. And who right now we got Rich White Zippy on YouTube right now. And we got Patrick on gun channels. Rich White and Tony are doing are there too, and Tony's on the panel here. So anyway, before we get started, let me introduce my panel to you so far. Hopefully other people will join. First off, David, introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is David, and you'll probably know me as Echo and the Bunnymen, and I appreciate the invite
All right.
onto the show today.
All right, no problem. John.
Hey.
How you doing?
Thanks for the invite. How's everybody? Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah. Patriot.
Well, hello, fine sir.
Good to see you.
And David, I did not know that was you.
The gun snob. How you doing?
I'm good. Just hanging out at the Wanamaker Tulsa Gun Show. If
Great.
you guys have never been, you need to make your way here.
I hope to be on the one. Was it April? The next one.
Yep, April.
I hope to go to that one. So. Tony.
Hell, y'all know who I am, and if you don't, you ain't missing nothing.
Okay.
And they're right. If you get to go to Wanamaker, if you have a chance, you should go.
Okay.
It is something to see.
Hey, Midnight Range. He says here, Clover said to send him a link on Facebook or Instagram.
I texted him one just a minute ago.
Okay, the gun snob just texted him a link, Midnight. And I sent him 2 emails. John Z sent him an email.
And I texted him the link also.
And John Z texted him as well with the link.
So he's got like 33 links by now.
Yes.
Yeah, I've sent him a carrier pigeon and a smoke signal as well.
I was standing pretty close to him just a minute ago, but I'm not by him anymore.
So Midnight Range, pass that on to him. You know?
Yeah, Midnight, do something.
Yes. All right. While we are waiting for everything to get going, I want to apologize for being 2 hours late. I was out with my cousin today. He came over, and he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Nothing." He said, "Well, let's jump in the truck and go drive around." I said, "All right." So we jumped in the truck. There was a method to his madness. We had to go over to my aunt's, and he picked up what you call it? Not a backhoe. Is it a bush hog?
Oh.
Is that what they're called? Hooks on the back of a tractor.
Yeah, it's got a
cutting
big
grass?
big chain
Hell, I don't know.
underneath it that spins.
A brush hog cuts grass.
Yeah, that's what he got.
Oh, okay.
We had to pick up one from my aunt because she has one over there on her little few acres.
He
And,
got the one where looks like it's 2 wings that fold down.
no,
Oh,
It's
he's
a
got
one
the smaller
big-
one.
it's a
One big
round-
flat deck.
Yeah.
Okay, he's got the small one. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we had to go get that. Then,
The gun gals are waving at you.
Hey, gun gals.
hey, how's it going?
Hey, ladies.
Hola, senoritas.
Como
Hey, David, no
estás?
problem, David. Bowling. I'm running late anyway, so appreciate it. Oh, Midnight says, I'm just saying, he said it earlier today. Oh, yeah, okay. We sent him all kinds of links. So, Snob's wife, how you doing? Calvez, how you doing there? All right, as I was saying, my cousin came and got me. So he went over there and picked this up. We stopped and, and we went to he had to go to the mill to pick up all this feed for all his animals he's got on his place. So we went back to his place. I didn't do much unloading, but he unloaded all this stuff and fed all his animals, his horses, his chickens, his dogs, and God knows what else. Even threw some food in the pond for the catfish. And
was this your truck or his?
His.
Okay.
And we done all that, and then we stopped for lunch. It was quite a good day. Then he's taking me on these back roads, showing me all the good places where, when I get my disabled hunting license, he said you can sit right here in your truck. And he said the deer come over this hill here all the time. He goes, we're having a well of a time. he's already designated that he's the, because I'm allowed to take a passenger with me, so he's already designated himself as the passenger for this hunting we're supposedly doing.
Hey, before you guys get into a subject, I got one quick thing to show you. I bought a rare item at this gun show today.
All right.
Are you ready for this? All right, don't look at the case. Look at the case. Whoa.
Whoa.
You found it.
Oh, nice.
That? I
That
found
is
it,
sexy.
Michael. $120. Perfect. Cash out the door.
Very classy.
Yeah.
Hey, that was so quick. That was like trying to watch pornography on HBO when you didn't get the channel. What was that?
Hey, hold on. Look what Cycle's got here.
It's a high point.
In honor of Mr. G-Webs, it couldn't be here.
Oh.
22 caliber. Doesn't lock at all.
What did he say? That was a 50 caliber? Didn't look that big.
Yeah. Tony wanted to know if he said that was a 50 caliber. Yeah. He said it looked a little small. Yeah, .050. He said .050.
Did you guys see his flintlock?
Yeah, his flintlock's pretty nice.
Yeah.
I tell you what, my cousin today, in his truck, he has a Colt Diamondback 38 Special. What a beautiful gun that is.
Oh, wow. That's an amazing firearm. Rick, I used to have a stainless steel Colt King Cobra with a 2-inch barrel on it,
Ooh.
357 Magnum and stainless, and I took it all apart, and I had a buddy of mine over in Technichrome in Orlando polish it out to make it mirrored stainless steel. And I put it all back together, and that was the most beautiful handgun I'd ever had. It got stolen out of a tow truck.
Oh, man.
What rifle is that that Cycle's got there?
It's a, what is it again? Say it one more time. Say it into my mic here.
It's a Maz 36, a French gun, but this one is special because it's a Nazi capture.
Oh, wow.
And of course, now I can't find there's a, what do you call it on here? Which, of course, I can't see now here in the dark. It's on here someplace.
Cycle's finding all the good guns.
Yeah, but he collects all those old relics.
Yeah.
That looks like it's in pretty good condition, too.
It does.
Yeah, that looks like it's ready to go.
Hey, wait till you get him to pull out his flintlock here in a minute.
When you showed his flintlock, Gun Snob, that thing looked mint. I was just like, holy cow.
It is extremely nice. I'll get him to show it here in just a second. He's busy looking at his new toy right now.
So, is this November show better than the April one? Or are they about
I don't know.
the same?
I've been to both. They're about the same. I really don't think this one's as busy as it was April or November last year. Oh, here he found the.
There it is right there.
I don't know if you can see it, but he found the markings.
Eagle?
It's got a swastika with an eagle.
Okay.
Can you ask him to put the light away from it?
Yeah, the
He
lights.
said put the light. He said
Move
the light.
the light away from it.
So it'll cast a shadow, and we'll see.
Okay, now we
there
see
you
it.
go.
Okay,
Wow.
yeah.
That's perfect. Wow.
That's
Freaking cool.
amazing.
So so it was a little more than I wanted to spend, but less than what the guy wanted.
That's it. Long as you got it cheaper than what they're advertising it for.
Yeah, he said he did. So.
Oh, yeah.
And as long as you're happy, number one, I mean, that looks like a very nice condition rifle, and that's going to be worth money. That's an investment.
Yeah.
Hold on. Here comes my favorite one. I just absolutely love this one.
This thing was super nice.
My high point does put it to shame, but.
Oh, very nice.
It's a very nice gun.
That looks great.
You thought it was a replica?
Wow.
He thought it was a replica, but he found the proof marks on it.
The crown over, and I can't read the other one.
Mm.
Wow, so that's the real deal.
Now, is there a gun snob? Is there a possibility that they could take the original metal parts from one of those pistols and redone the wood? You know, done a new wood stock for it?
Yeah, but then they wouldn't have the proof marks.
Well, the proof marks are on the steel.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you just rebuild the exact same gun using the same flint and lock and metal parts, and you redo a new piece of wood or an aged, newer piece of wood, you could definitely, I mean, I don't know about collecting flintlocks, so I mean, I'm just guessing, but is that possible?
Yeah, he said he thought it could be, but he doesn't really know for sure.
Well, if you guys run across Clover out there, we send him links. Just let him know. Anybody got an Instagram account they can send him a link on?
Hey, text your husband and tell him Rick's wanting him on the show.
Who's that?
Answer no one else. That's his wife.
Oh.
So maybe he'll listen to her.
Yeah, I sent him loads of links.
His phone is 3 pounds heavier with all the links we sent him.
Is that Gizzard Gary?
That's Gizzard Gary. He's live. I'm doing something live. Everybody's porking each other.
All right, tell them I sent the link on Instagram.
Okay, we sent the link on Instagram too. Tell him. Oh, it's the best I can do. Anyway, so my day was quite eventful, actually. So, but I'm sorry I'm late, but I quite thoroughly enjoyed it. And he goes, when we do it again in a couple of weeks, he said, bring your guns over, and he said, we'll go shooting. So there we go.
Very nice.
That sounds even better.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I feel jilted here, you butthead.
Why?
Because I need to be the passenger.
Yeah, but
well, all you have to do is move halfway across the country.
Oh, no. I'm just 300 miles away, man. I'm seriously considering going over there next week.
Anyway, we got a lot more people in the room now. Let me do my my quiz from last week. If you guys remember, the question was, in the movie Josie Wells, what was the make and model of gun he carried in his breast pocket holster?
Yep, his front left breast pocket.
And, of course, the answer was a Colt 1849 pocket pistol.
Awesome.
I had about 4 entries. I think it was 4. It was... okay, now let me go to my random picker here. Here we go. Let me hit the draw now thing. And the answer is Grim 90.
Grim 90 was the answer?
Yeah, that's the answer. That's the winner. He got the answer right. So let's put it that way. So Grim wins
the Colt 1849.
This hat. Stick to your guns, America.
He can probably get McRibs too.
Yeah. hang on, I forgot to get my handout that I was going to use for today's prize. For the question at the end of the show today, it's this one. All-American Patriot, ready to defend. That's the prize for this week. I'll give you the question near the end of the show. So, there we go. And all the rest of them, I did mail them out this morning. I finally got around to it. It took me a while, getting situated, finances and everything else. But the past winners, all your stuff's on the way. So there you go. Should get it beginning of next week. Well, actually, it'll be a couple of days late because of the post office will be closed on Monday, won't it? For Veterans Day. So you more likely won't get it to about Thursday now, I would imagine. So there we go.
And while you're out there, don't forget to thank a veteran. Okay.
That guy's wife said Clover went to talk to a vendor. Here we go. Send him links galore, and he's not even paying attention. Thank God damn. Okay, let's move on. As I said in my title, what did I say in my title? I don't even remember. Okay, no problem.
I'll probably jump back in, but thanks.
Yeah, what I was going to talk about was, the elections. You seen the latest down in Florida? The Democratic lawyers for this thing, they are in a hissy fit because they want non-citizens votes or non-resident votes to count.
Yeah.
Which that's illegal, ain't it?
Yes,
I thought it was. But what they did in Broward County, Rick, I don't know if you've heard of this, but President Trump was talking about it. He was saying that it is a disgrace what they're doing. They're coming up with like 50 to 80,000 votes 3 or 4 days after the voting was supposed to have already ended. They just keep pulling these votes out of the air.
I believe last time I heard it was over 120,000, and I believe most of them are illegals, and those are the ones they wanted to count.
Yes, and they're all for Senator Bill Nelson.
What a shock.
Yeah, and he's been in office since I was born here in this state.
When I heard
40-some years.
He lost, that was the greatest thing I ever heard because he's a real pain in the ass.
Oh, he is.
Most Democrats are.
He's an anti-gunner to the core.
Oh yeah, and the agricultural superintendent that issues all our concealed weapons license. The Republican one, he's pro. He's a veteran. He's pro Second Amendment, and he's pro gun. He's got an A rating with the NRA, and basically he was up against a woman who claimed that she was going to abolish the concealed weapons permit carry license in the state of Florida, and that would have hurt all the states that use our system, such as Georgia, North South Carolina. There's dozens of states that use our system. And that's why as a Florida concealed weapons permit holder, I can carry in damn near just about anywhere without having to get a duplicate license. Because
I have a non-resident Florida license. It's good at almost everywhere.
Yes, and she was going to abolish that, and now it came down to such a close vote that now they're recounting that one. One for Nelson and Scott, and they were even talking about recounting the governor.
I know.
It's a debacle down there.
Well, Scott already put in the lawsuit for that because they were caught. The Democrats were caught illegally handling that one as well.
Yeah. Not only that. The lady in charge was already taken to court last year. What in the hell is she doing still in charge?
She's a dirtbag.
She's not only been taken to court, but she's even been reprimanded for doing some shady stuff. And let me tell you, when I was at the little church that I vote at, you have to have your voter registration card, your ID, and basically they made, because I'm blind, my girl, my old lady, she's, do the paper and all that.
Is it me or you or the robot?
It's all form. You fill out the forms. There's no robot. And she has to sit there and help me, but she had to sign about 4-page thing stating she was going to be assisting me on my ballot. And I didn't even run the ballot into the machine. She had to do it for me because she had signed her name onto that. So they're real particular about it. Well, I guess in this Broward County area all you have to do is come in and say you want to vote, and they give you a damn voter registration form.
Yeah. That's not right. Anyway, good question. Patrick mentioned here was a good statement. I mean, he goes, Rick Scott isn't much better than Nelson after seeing the way he acted after the school shooting.
Yes, I agree about that, because he basically went and talked to all those parents and said, okay, after talking with the parents of the slain students, the murdered students, I've decided to push forward this anti-bump stock bill, and they outlawed bump stocks, and that he tried to go after like the Frankfurt Arsenal triggers and all those things.
Didn't he and that just kind of 21?
Yeah, and raised the age of long rifles to 21. And he did all this when he's supposed to be a big Second Amendment supporter. But when I went to vote, I had Bill Nelson, an independent that I knew would never win, and I had Rick Scott, which I knew, at least in theory, was a Republican. So, my hands were tied. I didn't have a choice. I had to go for like the less of the two evils.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
in that boat here too.
Oh yeah. Not only that is he also brought in your red flag law too, didn't he?
Oh yes, sir. He certainly did. And there's already been multiple people that have had their firearms removed from their house because of ex-wives, people who they don't get along with in the neighborhood or on the job site, and or 2 so far out of, I believe, 27 that were actually, like the people were getting, they were actually mentally having an issue, and they actually, did that family a favor by removing the firearms. But come to find out, the family had called and asked for this, not some neighbor, not some ex-girlfriend or ex-wife. And so basically out of the 25, 2 legitimate.
Yeah. Oh, Rich, if you're near the thing, I got this in the mail today. Thank you. No, it was I got a postcard from Rich White.
As far as political crap goes here in Illinois, our top tier's all anti-gun Democrat now.
Yeah.
But on the plus side, there was 20 counties that declared themselves pro-2A or gun sanctuaries. That puts us at 58 counties so far.
That was awesome to see, by the way.
Yeah. And those counties are pot-smoking counties too, right?
Oh, no.
Didn't that pass in your state? Oh, no, that was Michigan up there with what you call it?
No, but that's one of our new anti-gun governor's first acts is going to be to do the legalized recreational marijuana.
Yeah.
The only thing some bitch ever going to do that I'll agree with.
Well, that's what they do. They hangle that legalized marijuana card out in front of us, and then they slip in a bunch of anti-constitutional bills, whether it's against the Second Amendment, the First Amendment, the Third, the Fourth, the Fifth. They'll just sweep that shit in with it, and then all the generation that want these laws. And I don't have a problem with them, to be honest with you. If you want to smoke pot, I don't have a problem with it because it's legal to drink a glass of liquor. So if the state can make some money off of it and help pay for some of the waste that goes on in our Congress and in our political party, that'll help the state in any way, shape, or form for education or anything like that. I'm a big believer in it, but don't try to come up with to help cancer patients and then throw in a bunch of stuff that's going to run amok for people who are constitutionalists and believe in America and the laws and the Constitution.
Yeah. Now the only problem with I'll be honest with you. In all my years, I'm 61 now. I have never ever smoked pot ever.
Oh damn! If they legalize it, we'll have to have a party, Rick.
I know. It's never interested me. I was a drinker. I got more enjoyment out of drinking goddamn bourbon than I would smoking weed. I think. I didn't have time to smoke weed. But in my crazy alcoholic mind, you know why I didn't smoke it? Because it was a drug and it was illegal. Can you believe that? That's how I used to think. But anyway,
if you like to laugh, you'd probably enjoy weed.
Yeah. Well, as I said, now I don't care if you smoke or whatever, but don't come in my house with it. That's all I'm saying. But then again, if you're smoking it, you're lying on the 4473.
There's why I won't.
I've been saying this for forever. Politicians that want to get the legal use marijuana into their system are using it as a ploy to destroy the Second Amendment for people.
Yeah, because what happens all of a sudden that they do a drug test on you, and next thing you know, you're popped. You can't have guns. I don't know. The federal law has to change on pot before you can say yes on that 4473. You know what I'm saying?
That's correct.
That question needs to actually be deleted on the 4473.
Yes, it does.
Really?
Yeah, not to mention, what if you're a cancer patient and that's the only thing that you have that makes you eat food so that you don't just wither away to nothing, and you own guns, so now you're in a catch-22. Do I give up my guns? Do I try to sneak by and get this, and do this anyways? Or do I just not
make it sound like government actually cares about the people.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, sneak by. Fuck the government and their stupid ass idea.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Anyway, next topic. Let's since we're halfway through the show, let's change over.
We're going longer.
We are. We'll see how it goes. Oh, by the way, yes, I done the poll. Not many of you went in it, but the few that did, the consensus is I run Saturday show basically as long, to whatever, till we run out of, till it goes quiet and we run out of things to talk about, or 2 hours, whichever comes first. That's what won the poll, by the way.
Excellent.
So we'll just keep on running. Doesn't matter that I'm starving and I'm withering away to nothing here.
You're on camera, you whining bitch.
But normally my show's at 3, so it's it's my own fault that we're running late today.
All you gotta do is get you a sandwich and wait until an argument starts with the rest of us. Have your sandwich and nobody will even notice.
I know, you're right.
If you need some candy to give you some energy, just pick up a couple of Slim Jims.
Yeah, so Slim Jims are candy. That's right.
Or a McRib.
Yes, could go get another McRib.
You bastard.
Yeah. Well, anyway, what I was going to talk about is California. Before we get into the shooting in California, I noticed what's her name. I mean, it's a shame about the fires going on in there, but it was nice to see what's her name house burn. Jenner, her house or her house burnt down.
Oh, Confucius Jenner.
Janet Reno?
No, Confucius Jenner, the tennis player.
Oh, the one who doesn't really know which direction in life to go.
Yeah,
correct.
That's one.
Rosita Jenner.
Yeah.
Any Audi.
Yeah, I'm just like I'm like, boy, it's changed a lot since I was helping my mom shop down the aisles of Publix in the 70s when Jenner was on the Wheaties box.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little did we know he'd go out of his fucking mind.
There was something about them tight damn shorts that he wore that always opened up when he was running. Something wasn't right about that.
Well, he may be on to something there.
I just hope Angelina's okay because she wasn't too far from it either.
Yeah, we spoke with her, I believe I did last night, and just as it was coming over the hill in her backyard, the wind changed direction. She lost a cellular tower, so she lost the internet, slowed way down, and they lost power for a little bit, and it came back on. So she's doing okay as far as I know, but they're all ready to bug out.
Yeah.
So anyway, but let's move on to from what I've heard, I mean, I didn't do a lot of reading today, but as of yesterday, the guy posted to Facebook while he was in the office there before he shot himself, or whatever, during the shooting. So how much time did he have before the cops got there? Is what I want to know.
I think it was like 3 minutes.
But so he texts that. Because he put some on his Facebook account or no Instagram. I think it was.
Yeah, I think they said it was Instagram.
Yeah, which I find unbelievable. But then again, I want to pick up on Tony would know. I started listening to this morning, Caliber Corner, and you guys were talking about what do you think? Do you think FFLs should be more look at when somebody comes in and they looking a bit strange or you don't trust them, you can don't sell it to them, type thing. But to me that's asking a lot of an FFL.
What are you talking about? People that are FFLs have already been doing that for years.
Yeah.
Right. What the thing was is they was wanting some gun dude who has some sort of show or something or other online. They didn't say who it was. Has suggested that the FFL dealers should do more to screen, be sure people are trained or whatever the hell it is, have appropriate storage for the guns. And I'm like,
they're going to do that at liquor stores?
Right, yeah.
Well,
that's freaking ridiculous.
I had an FFL and worked at gun shops for the last few years here in St. Pete. And I have worked at a few others earlier on in my life. And number one, an FFL has to keep those 4473s for 20 freaking years on the premises and basically under secure, that they've got to keep them secured because there's private records in there. If a police officer, undercover narcotics officer comes in, he's still got to put his house address and all that information right on there. So the bottom line is you want now a store owner, a gun store owner, to be a psychologist and do a impartial psychological evaluation of your customer And the bottom line is, if people come into our shop and they're acting a fool, they're saying things that just don't jive, I don't sell them a gun anyways, and either is anybody else that has been in around me or has owned stores that I've worked in. Because, I mean, if something doesn't seem right, like somebody's got a screw loose, the last thing we want to do is sell them a gun and have them come back in and rob us with it. So,
listen, FFLs have been screening people for generations. They're doing their jobs. They are putting the information into the systems that they use. They talk to the people. They listen to what the people's saying and doing. They're already doing that. If you want to make them a federal agent, give them a badge, give them a 24-hour permission carry for their firearm, give them the right to arrest, and then you could say that you want them to do more. But for someone just off the street who doesn't know what the hell they're talking to say, oh, we need FFLs to do more, FFLs are already doing those things they are required to do.
They were more concerned with making sure somebody was capable of using the firearm safely, had the ability to store the thing safely.
But the federal government should pay the FFL to take care of that, and the FFL will do it.
How many shops do you guys go into and buy a gun and they don't know you? And they talk about maybe taking a basic handgun safety class. I always recommended that. And I even had women that we had a woman instructor so that they didn't feel intimidated by a man. We bent over backwards to go through the whole 9 yards, made sure they knew how to operate the handgun, store it correctly, and also recommend, a safe or something like that and show them a few, because that's extra stuff we can sell them and make a profit for our stores. And we're doing the community a favor by letting them know. This is all how it works.
Right. FFL is a business. They do what they do to make money, just like any other business.
And after 5 minutes of walking up to the counter, they know if you're a rookie or not. I mean, because if you see a rookie, they look stupid. They do stupid things, So they know.
Well, I mean, I guess with this is
it's got to be. Oh, you got to go to a class, and they already do it.
Anybody who comes and suggests they need to do more, like they're not doing enough, is a butt munch. They don't know what they're talking about. They're talking out of their behinds, and that's it.
But is this a sort of like left-leaning person?
Yeah, probably.
Because, I mean, the last few shootings that have happened, they've all got their gun legally.
Anti-gunners and leftists are out of their minds. They need psychological help because they have no idea what they're talking about, and everything that comes out of their mouth is with a purpose, an agenda to get rid of guns. They don't care. They want to infringe on other people's rights because they don't like what's going on. They want to blame everybody else who deals in that arena. Screw them.
There you go.
Don't infringe on other people like that.
And
I don't know.
As to these people buying their guns legally, that's not necessarily correct either, because like the Parkland case and this Texas one, they should have been disallowed from purchasing a gun.
Okay, see, there you go. I mean, is it the FFL's?
Well, that's not the FFL. That's the FBI and the ATF. Look at like the one Tony mentioned, the kid that was investigated, 17, 18, 19 times? It
was over 20. The one here in Florida?
Yeah.
The one here in Florida was investigated, I want to say 26 times. The Sheriff's Department was out there. What? Department of Children and Family was out there at least twice. Right. And he had actually killed a neighbor's pet with a handgun on their street. And they had called the police, and he was not arrested for discharging a firearm and killing a family pet.
Right. So the FFL did their jobs whenever those guns were purchased. What happened afterwards, that's on the FBI and law enforcement. That's not on the where the guns came from. It was on the fact that the ATF and the FBI and the local law enforcement were the complaints were sent to them constantly, and this person never should have been anywhere near guns. But that's not on the FFL. That has nothing to do with the FFL.
That has everything to do with the sheriff's department brushing under the carpet juvenile offenses. Because what was happening was the sheriff made a deal with the mayor and the city officials to no longer prosecute youthful offenders, so that it would look like their crime rates had dropped in that area.
Exactly.
And more people would move there. And because of that, he was awarded contracts with more money for other things that the sheriff's department needed or didn't need. But I'm sure some of it went in his back pocket. And that's the whole reason. He was the jerkwad that was from New Jersey, sheriff, blaming the AR-15 and all this other stuff when his own department was the reason why that happened. And his own department failed. The community service school officer was one of his sheriffs as well. And that guy stood out in the parking lot with 4 of his friends playing backgammon while kids were being butchered.
So when it comes to somebody blaming the FFL and saying the FFL needs to do more, no. The people who need to do more are the ones that failed. And this was law enforcement in many cases.
I agree with you. I'm just saying what I've heard people say that the FFL.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the people who want to blame the FFL have their heads stuck up their butt.
You know, the FFL guy, he's a businessman. He's not a goddamn doctor. You know?
And he's not law enforcement.
And they follow the law to a T, because if you mess up in your damn gun book for the ATF, one time you get a fine. 2 times you lose your FFL. They suspend it. So if you step out of a line just a tiny bit, your gun shop no longer exists. And just like that idiot that ran Red Jacket Firearms, he lost his FFL, and his daughter was the one that had the FFL because they took his damn FFL for doing some illegal shit. And the guy that had the other one, I can't remember the show, but he got arrested for selling guns without an FFL, and they took his FFL as well because he was doing shady shit. If you are an FFL holder, you are like a police officer. You got to do everything above and beyond correct, because if you mess up just a tiny bit, they lower the hammer on you.
Yeah. Plus, it all comes back down to they come in, the guy fills out the 4473, it checks out, they hand him a gun. What he does after it is not their problem.
No,
really.
It's not. Exactly.
You know, so being in a business, he can always refuse to sell it to them.
And again, it doesn't come back just to filling out the 4473 and make sure it checks out. He speaks to the people. The FFL is looking at the people. They are talking to them. They're watching them. So they are already doing more.
Oh, yeah. I'm already checking to make sure he's not asking the guy next to him that he came in with if is this the right one? Because is this a straw purchase he's doing? You know, I'm always ear to, listening exactly. Even if people ask me questions around me, I just put my finger up. I'll be with you in a minute. Because I'm handling a federal firearms transaction.
Right. When it comes down to it, the FFL, this is their business. This is their livelihood. They're not going to be, except for the few that are or have done in the past, for the most part, FFLs are not going to jeopardize their livelihood. They're just not. It's not worth it.
Yeah. Is my big old cat showing up on the camera? He jumped up here in my lap.
I'm looking. Hold on.
I guess the cat saw that CloverTech was here.
Oh, CloverTech finally showed up.
Oh, look! I can see a big fluffy mancoon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a cute putty cat.
Oh yeah.
What's up, Clover?
I know what.
Identical twins.
What's happening, gentlemen?
Hey, Clover, how's it going?
Oh, he's much older.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
How's the show going?
it's better. It was, I don't know. This was kind of sucky this morning for a little bit. But it's gotten better. Yeah, I was with a target manufacturer, and I finally got over to the table. They were like, "Rick, they're trying to get a hold of you, and they want you on the show." And I'm like, "Well, I was kind of busy with somebody, but anyway, I'm here now. It's all that matters."
Well, we got about 20 messages that you wanted to link.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Everybody that came on said, Clover wants a link. Clover wants a link. Send it to him on Facebook or send him a link.
Right. Well, no, I did. I did a little video earlier, and I was like, "Yeah, I need to." I said, "If I'm around, if Rick could get me a link, I probably would go on Rick." Yeah. So, yeah, they were. Yeah. But like I said, I didn't. At that time when I said that, I did not envision somebody seeking me out, and that's what happened with this Target company. They actually sought me out. So.
All right, no problem. But I said
did you pick up any cool targets
anyway? So.
I'm going to talk to them a little more tomorrow. I got me a pretty cool cap and a sticker right off the bat. But yeah, we're going to talk logistics on T&E and testing out some targets and stuff probably tomorrow.
Yeah.
I just tried to touch base with a bunch of places and stuff today because there's so many people here, being Saturday, Sunday is usually a little more laid back, so it's a little easier and a little quieter too if you're filming. It's a little quieter and a little easier to deal with people and actually get the footage and all on Sundays. So.
Yeah.
How packed is it?
Right now it's not. It's starting to thin out, but I mean we're a little over an hour away from closing, slightly over an hour away from closing. So, but earlier it was average for all the times I've been here. From about lunch to I'd say probably 11 to about 2-ish time. It was pretty elbow to elbow.
I was gonna say when we was out there in April, it was freaking standing room only for the most part.
It was similar to that for about 3 hours today, which is cool. which is about normal.
Yeah. So while you're going from booth to booth, grab handfuls of stickers and send them to me if I can give them away in my show.
There's not any. There's really not a lot of that here, Rick, because it's more gun show. You know what I'm saying? People selling stuff.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But now that you're moved, I can certainly get you a box of giveaway stuff packed up and to you. That ain't a problem.
All right.
How much Winchester stuff did you see?
I wasn't looking, Tony. Sorry. That might be a cycle count question.
Calaveras in the chat says, "Are you cheating on A1 targets there, Clover?"
No.
Yeah.
It's full disclosure. They both know the score.
Oh, so, yeah.
It's whoever can give me the most. No, I'm just kidding. Not really. whoever pays the most. No. No, I've talked to both of them, and I'm like, I'm okay with helping. They're both small companies, and I really like that.
Yeah.
And I really want to help out, both companies. But, I told them, I said, what we need to do is I'm already getting to steal the targets from A1. I said, so, this other place, I'm like, how about I, check out your stands, and stuff like that with their stuff.
Well, have them send me the targets.
There you go. Well, I did tell them to come down here and check out. Told them that gun channels and the stuff was down here and whatever. Talking about the new company, and I was like, "There's probably other people that would be more than happy to help you out." So yeah, I don't mind sharing when there's definitely when there's the opportunity to do that. So got to get your butt down here, man. You got to woo them. I can't woo them for you. I'm not gonna ask the head cheerleader to the prom for you, brother. You gotta come do that yourself.
Rick, just send the cats and have them paw at their ankles till they give you stuff.
Yes, yeah, I sure do.
Oh. Why did you go late, Rick? Just curious.
Because my cousin came over and said, "Jump in the truck, let's go for a ride."
Oh,
and
okay.
We went all over parts of Indiana I ain't even seen. Plus, we had to go pick up a backhoe, not backhoe,
A lawnmower for the tractor.
yeah,
Bush
whatever.
hog.
Yes, bush hog.
Bush hog. Okay.
Yeah, I had to go pick up one of those, and he showed me all the places to shoot deer and rabbits and all kinds of stuff. You know.
There you go.
Yeah. Then he introduced me. Then we went to the mill for to get all his feed for his animals on his small place, and we're standing there, and somebody comes in. He calls him over. He goes, "Want to introduce you?" He said, "This is this is another cousin of yours."
Right.
I got cousins there I don't even know. So, so.
He's trying to get you a date.
No, these were no. But I do have a lot of cousins. I tell you.
Rick's the ladies' man.
I said I went to the outdoor gun store or something yesterday when I was trying to get my the ones that weren't in the chat yesterday. I went yesterday morning to Jasper. That's the closest big town. I call it DMV. The motor vehicles. They call it the Bureau of Motor Vehicles here in Indiana. Went there to get my license and registration for my truck. I got my license, no problem. Went to register my truck, and they said we need a title. Well, in Rhode Island, they don't give out titles for anything 2000 and older.
So how are you going to get something to cover that?
I haven't figured that one out yet.
Well, the good part about it is you have your license, and now you can get your CCW.
Oh yes.
Take your bill of sale and your registration.
That's what I told her. And she goes, "No, Indiana law says you have to have a title."
Well, then you need to file the Indiana and just file for a lost title.
Rhode Island won't give him one.
Well, you file it in Indiana.
Well, actually, you say that.
Rick, there's a go around.
That's exactly what my cousin said. He said, "File for a lost title." They ain't gonna know.
You can do that, or if that doesn't work, you any of your family there know an impound yard, a tow truck driver?
More than likely.
Okay. What you do is you go down and you talk to him. You give the old guy $30, $40 for the paperwork, and he can file for an impounded title on your truck. And they've got the state where it was registered in. He'll do tag talk on your. He'll get all the information just from you, but he can do tag talk and run your tag. Send the where you're from a request for an impound storage reimbursement, and they will send him a title because they want to be free and clear of it. And basically, he will have a title, and then he can just sign it over for, as a used parts truck. And I used to do this, so I know this is all legal. And you'll have to pay maybe total, maybe $100 total, and you'll have a brand new title in your name, all in that state.
That's pretty awesome.
Go before a judge with the bill of sale and the registration and tell him you need a title in Indiana.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. But what you were saying there, actually, David, my cousin who fixed my truck, that's what he has. He has a scrapyard. He has about 100 odd trucks and cars.
Well, then there you go. He can file for a lost title for you because he can say that he impounded the vehicle, or he might be able to do it because you're a family member, and he might be able to do it that way. But that'll even be cheaper because he's a family member. He's going to do it for you for nothing, except for maybe whatever it cost him.
Oh, Midnight Rain says you can't be the first person this has happened to. You're right. I'm more like not, but I asked the lady behind the counter, what do you got to do? You got to get a title. That's all she kept telling me. She wasn't very helpful.
Well, yeah, apparently
no. They will not give you.
Employee.
Yeah, they will not give you any way about how you got to do it. How most people have to do it is they call a lawyer, they pay $500, and the lawyer helps set them up with the same thing that I just told you, and they just have people that do it, and then they'll charge some more money on top of it. But all you need to do is have him file for a lost title or for an impounded title, and within
skip all that extra pay.
Within a couple of I think it was 148 hours, they had to give me a title, because if the law department came out and did what do they call that? An audit of my impounded vehicles, I have to have a title for every car in there or a date of I impounded it, meaning that the people have not come and claimed it yet.
That's too much work. You just go down and file for a lost title. They'll run it to make sure it's not stolen. It's not stolen, and then they'll give you one. At least that's how it is here.
Yeah, but that's in your own state. If the truck would have been bought in the state he's in.
I did it on a 62 Chevy 2 that didn't have a title, and that was from somewhere else.
Well, apparently the government employees in Indiana are not very helpful.
No. So,
But
anyway,
they told you could go before a judge to get it. All you got to do is take your registration and your bill of sale, and that should clear it all.
Yeah, but then you've got to make an appointment to go before a judge. That can take up to 4 months, usually 90 days. And that's the way it is. And you're going to wait all that time without a title, without registration, without being able to buy insurance and all that. I'm just trying to tell you the quickest.
He's not in your state. It might be different. It might be easier. I don't know. As soon as he tries, he'll find out.
Yes, yeah. I will keep you all informed on what happens.
Yeah, at least we're giving you some options to go in.
Oh, you definitely got options. Wow.
All you got to do to get information is call the clerk of your court.
Yes, I will call them after on more likely on Tuesday, because everything's closed Monday. So, and while I was getting frustrated, I called the DMV in Rhode Island on Friday afternoon, and there's 6 branches. I called every branch trying to speak to somebody. They're all automated system. I kept hitting 0. I kept hitting all them kinds of buttons. There's no way that you can talk to a real person.
Well, there's your problem. You called them on Friday afternoon.
Yeah, true. So I found an email address. So I sent them an email telling them my problem. Hopefully, but even if I was reading further on, I went back to the website and I was reading further on. Even if they will not give you a title. They don't do titles. All they would do is give you send you a letter with all the information about your vehicle.
I think that should be enough too.
But it's not actually a title per se.
But it covers their title requirements.
Title. That's not a legal title. But what
the government,
that'll do, that'll let him get a legal title if he gets that information from his home state where he just moved from.
Paid off?
What was that, Patriot?
I said your truck is paid off.
Oh yeah, I paid cash for it when I got it.
Okay. I was just making sure it didn't have a lien and somebody else was just
holding it. Here's the stupid thing: even though Rhode Island doesn't issue titles, when I bought that truck from a Toyota dealer back in 2012, they still made you pay a $50 title fee, even though you don't.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
but listen, that document you were talking about is a legal document and will cover the title requirements for Indiana.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for anyway. So, I'll keep you guys informed. In Indiana, you have 60 days to get all this done. I've used 30 up. I got my license, so I can get my carry permit.
What's up, David?
I was going to print that website off, too, to show them. So, see, they won't give it to you.
Yeah.
If it's not the actual title, it's got to have the raised seal stamp on it. It doesn't matter if it came from the from Florida, it'd be Tallahassee, the state division of driver's licenses, Department of Motor Vehicles. It doesn't matter. It's got to actually be a title.
Well, then that sucks.
They were giving him so much. Yeah, but
why does it have to be so difficult?
Because that's how state agencies are. These people get paid by the hour, and if you don't fit into the little boxes perfectly, then you are sent to the back of the line until you got. Even though you waited 3 hours in line to come to me, you don't have the right shit. So guess what? See you when you have the right shit.
And I'm not going to
I used to deal with them all the time because I used to repo.
Yeah.
Go figure it out on your own.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what they tell you to do is, I'm not a lawyer. You need to call one.
Yeah, I got to find out if I got a relative who's a lawyer.
That would be good too. Check with them.
I would go in and talk to somebody before you get all weirded out.
I'm going to call the courthouse. Talk to the
courthouse and talk to the clerk of the court and explain the situation. Ask them what you got to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do on Tuesday. I will do that Tuesday. Go for that, try that option, see what I can come up with.
Government and its efficiencies, not.
Oh yeah.
And call. And here's a little word to the wise, Rick. Call them the minute that their phones open, because if you try to get them at 10 or 11:30, they're getting ready to go to lunch, and they just basically answer their phones and put them on hold. That is just Michigan. About every Department of Motor Vehicle or license place in the world. I mean, no matter if you're in Europe.
Michigan, you can actually set up sign in, check in before you show up. And then when you get there, you have an appointment time.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, you can get appointments. Yeah, but depending on how busy it is, it could be 6 months out.
Yeah, but he lives near Jasper.
Oh, hey.
Come on, it's not Tallahassee.
Hey, I mean, I went in there, and there was 2 people in front of me. Yeah. This was Friday. This was Friday at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Well, thank God it wasn't Monday at 11.
So,
well, good luck, brother.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, what do we want to talk about now? Because I said we'd let the show run over. I'm going to do it longer.
Well, hell, I don't know. You're the one that's hosting. That all the topics you had?
About it, yeah. I've had a tough week. I had a tough Friday. I mean, we could talk about
your video.
Have I done my video? Not yet. I'm gonna have to work on that. I really am. So, what was the other option?
To find all the other videos and put them in a playlist.
Aren't all the other videos on your?
Well, yeah, a lot of people are cheating just looking at my playlist and making copies, but who knows if I'm putting all the right ones on? I'm a blind guy. How am I supposed to know that? Right? So you make a public playlist and put them all on there so that everybody can find them, and a couple of people have them out there already.
That was funny, Patriot. That was funny.
That was funny. Yeah. So, we could talk about talking about drive-throughs, Tony. When we went to lunch today, we done it through the because he had a big trailer on the back with that bush hog on it. So he didn't really. So we ate in the cab, but we went through the drive-through.
Did that thing fit through the drive-through?
Oh, he got it to fit.
All right.
Yeah, we went. That's the reason we went to Dairy Queen, because he knew it's in a town called Huntingburg. He knew there was enough room to swing it around to go into it.
Okay.
Huntingburg? God, that sounds where I want to find a house.
But anyway, where I was going with this was there's 2 trucks in front of us, and my God, they take forever. I don't know what these people are ordering. It can't be that difficult. You tell them what you want.
Depending on depending on the restaurant.
If it says a hamburger, right, with lettuce, tomato, onion, and all that crap, that's how you get it. Don't leave the tomato off or leave the lettuce off. If that's what you want, go do it your goddamn self.
Haven't you seen the advertisements for Dairy Queen? They're not fast food. They're fan food.
Absolutely.
That's probably their excuse. Then they don't have to go fast.
You're impatient son bitch. You know that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know, and and Tony, and for the rest of you, I actually ordered a cheeseburger today.
Did you order it with cheese or without?
It's a cheeseburger. It's a cheeseburger. You know, when I order a hamburger, that's how I expect it to come.
With ham and cheese.
Yeah, if I wanted cheese on it, I would say, give me a cheeseburger.
But do you know how many people come to their counters and probably say, I want 2 double hamburgers?
Yeah, I mean, that's what they should get, 2 hamburgers without cheese.
And then they'd be back bitching because they didn't have cheese on them.
Hey, it ain't my fault they're not educated right. You know?
But just a second to ask the question, would you like cheese on that?
You know?
Saves all that bullshit.
And going through the coffee line.
Depending on the fast food restaurant, if you ask for bread, it'll go slow because they have a hard time putting 2 buns together anyway. So,
well, the coffee thing, I'm with you on. There's no reason to have 4,000 options of coffee.
That's true.
Right.
Totally agree.
Real coffee is just black.
You know, no, I am a wuss. I have milk and sugar in my coffee.
So you got to get weaned from that. Yeah.
You know?
That should kill you.
Coffee like your women, strong and bitter.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but that's all I have in my coffee. And to me, that's the maximum you can ask for. You don't want to ask for this latte, double shot of this, put a bit of whipped cream on it, and all this other crap. You know, the drive-through I thought was meant to be the fast way to go through. Now it's the slowest.
No, it's the lazy way for some of them lazy guys that don't want to get out of their car, and they take their time.
Yeah.
Well, some can't.
Yeah.
And another thing that gets me, know what you want when you're sitting in line. They have the menu board there. The time you drive up to where you actually speak into the speaker, know what you want.
No, I'm with you on that.
You have a car full of 6 people all shouting their separate orders. Oh, it's a real pain in the ass waiting behind them.
Nothing tricks me off more than going to a restaurant that I've been to 100 times, going through the drive-up, and the old lady happened to look at the fucking menu.
Huh?
You know what the fuck they got. We've been here 100 goddamn times. You get the same thing every time, but you still want to read the fuck.
I do like the drive-thrus at Subway, where you can just put in your telephone number and it pulls up your order.
Subway has a drive-thru?
Subway has drive-thru?
Yeah. The one by my place, you can like preset. You know, you make an order, you know, and it's like a touch screen where you can just pick all the kind of junk you want on it. Well,
really?
Then you can save it to your phone number. Well, so then you just get up there. You can either push your phone number and it can run it through with your
what
card.
What state are you in?
Michigan.
Michigan has drive-through Subways? You sure you're going through to a Subway?
That's what they tell me it is. I mean, they give me Subway food. I don't know where I'm actually parked, but I just,
Well, they definitely don't have anything fancy like that here with Subway.
Which
no,
is
they don't.
Nice
They don't here either.
Well, when you go inside, people are like, "Oh, I want this, I want that," and you just push the button and say, "That's the one I want," and then they screw it up. Then
Wow, fast food screwing up your order. There's something new.
Yeah.
I'm more curious as how the hell he's driving to the drive-thru.
Well, see, this came along after I stopped driving, so yeah.
He's like he uses really long curb feelers.
No, well, it's nice because now it doesn't matter who's my driver. I can just say, tell them my telephone number. Then I don't have to explain. Oh, I want this. From the passenger seat, or if I'm cool riding in the back or something. You just tell them they know your phone number. They put it in, and you say, "Yeah, I want that one." So yeah, it works out pretty good.
Hey, and Patriot, most people in this chat won't understand what that feels like. It does. It's downright a little embarrassing and a little emasculating to have to. I do a little bit because I'm always sitting on the other side on the bitch seat, yelling across or from the back seat. You know what I'm saying? That does make it a lot easier.
Yeah. It's quick because I don't like people, so I try to get in and out, and you got a driver, you got to explain it. Yeah, it's no fun. It's like the kid in the back seat.
Hey, I'm not the only one that gets frustrated in drive-through. See, Tony, I'm not the only one.
Oh, just in case any of you didn't hear, CloverTac is looking for recommendations for places to eat.
In Vegas?
No, in Tulsa.
Oh, okay.
In Tulsa?
Jesus.
I've never been there, so I couldn't tell you. They got Whataburger.
But I guess he's probably not looking for a Whataburger. He's probably looking for something more localized.
Well, I think he had that yesterday.
Well, I don't know what Tulsa has.
Well, he said he had Mexican food, but it wasn't good enough for Texas-style Mexican food.
Why don't you go to Chinese?
I don't know if he likes Chinese or not. Well,
everybody likes Chinese. The problem is you don't know which restaurants don't use cat.
You mean real cat?
True. So you kind of got to be a local for that one. I would tell Clover. I would tell him to
pizza. Pizza's always good.
Pizza's a safe bet. Or same with Italian, because usually most Italian restaurants are Italian owned and they're family recipes. Steakhouses are good.
Oh yeah.
I think I made it back.
Stay away from all the buffets and Chinese food. That's just asking for a bad case of E. coli.
Oh, just back up a minute.
We
back up a minute here. Midnight Range says it is possible Patriot in the dark is just driving his car through the front of the restaurant into the dining room. Maybe he's not in the drive-through.
Patriot makes his own drive-through.
Main thing we got to realize here is that if you're going to go somewhere to eat, you might as well get a McRib.
That's right.
You bastard.
Just stay away from the McFish.
I
don't know. I used to always order a double fillet of fish, man. I love that.
No, not the fillet of fish. The McFish. It was the one that they discontinued because something with the health department back in the 80s.
Oh.
Because it was really cat, not fish.
Well, no. It was some type of fish that they farm raised, but it was like, just like kind of like a junk fish.
Yeah,
and I guess maybe the water got polluted or something from fertilizer runoff. And
I think that's fake news.
You think so? Well, they stopped the fish sandwich because I used to kind of like it, and I know it's kind of sick sounding, but I'd be like, "Give me a McFish," and they were like, "We can't sell those anymore." And I'm like, "What do you mean you can't sell them anymore?" And he's like, "Something to do with some kind of pollution of the fish." And I'm like, "Dude, do I have anything to worry about?" And he's like, "I don't know." But this was back in the 80s. You don't got an internet. There's no way to. What do you do? Call a news station? What's up with this fish set problem with McDonald's?
Burger King actually has a good fish sandwich too.
Yeah.
If you take the freaking dill pickles off, I don't know what the hell they're thinking there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like Chick-fil-A with the dill pickles.
Yeah. Oh, I know what I'm going to do real quick. I know we're running over, but just in case people got to leave, let me do my mail-in quiz, and it's for an all-American. Is it? Yeah, All-American Patriot, ready to defend baseball cap.
Oh, it's for a Ruger 1022 takedown?
Yeah. And the question here is, it's a real easy one. I looked it up on the internet. I want to know, right? This is to do with the TV series of Lethal Weapon. Not the movies, the TV series. In season 1, episode 1, Detective Sergeant Roger Murtaugh carried a 6-hour P226. But what weapon did he carry for the rest of the season's episodes? So you got that? In the pilot season 1, episode 1 of Lethal Weapon, Roger Murtaugh carried a 6-hour P226. But what weapon did he carry for the rest of that season in every episode?
Oh, I already know the answer, and I never watched it.
So,
just from a guess, but I'm not going to say anything until we're off the air.
It's a high point carbine.
10 millimeter.
Mail your answers to rickslife@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. All right, and I'll draw and we'll do the answer next Saturday at the normal time, 3 p.m.
Maybe.
Maybe. You know.
And if we get some videos in, you'll be doing another drawing too.
Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, but I did notice in the first season of that Lethal Weapon TV series, the guy who played Riggs, he actually carried a Beretta 92 FS as the same in the movie as his movie. He carried the same in the series. But there you go.
Well, Murtaugh carried a Smith & Wesson 357 Magnum.
Yes, in the movies, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of my questions a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. So there we go. So that's the question. What weapon did he carry from season 1, episode 2 to the end of the season? There you go. You know, Google is amazing what you can find on Google. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, in one of the, I think it might have been season 2. No, I'm going to save this one because it might come in good for another question. Because no, I'm going to save that one because I've never seen one. So I'm going to leave that.
What haven't you seen?
This particular gun, he used in one of the shows. So there we go. Anyway, that's it. So anything else, guys?
I really can't think of anything.
No, I can't either. So we might as well start winding down then. I run over. I mean, don't forget this is the first week we're running longer. I will try to get more topics during the week.
Oh,
there hasn't been in the last couple of weeks. There really hasn't been a lot because it's all been about the elections. You know, and there ain't a lot there out. Then you got the mass shooting in California. You know,
murder.
I mean, the elections and the shooting out in California. Murder. I mean, we about beat them to death here on gun channels or YouTubes or whatever. You know,
take some footage of you out with your cousin shooting. Do a thing on that. You know,
I will.
Guns are always good.
I will next time I go out with him.
I may not be around here next week.
All right.
Because
you're going to be hunting.
That's my deer season.
Yes.
Nice.
Actually, it's my cousin's too. He said he's going deer season next week. He's going. Yeah, deer season starts Sunday, I think.
Is he taking you with him?
No.
Bastard.
I don't have a license.
Well, you could still go.
Well, you could use the truck, and then you'd have to buy another truck, and all your title shit would be solved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just buy a new truck. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, but I gotta recheck because I gotta reread the magazine because the hunting and fishing guide for 2019 or 2018, 2019 in Indiana. It said for a disability hunting permit, I mean, you got to be for any hunting permit, you got to be a resident for 60 days. But it said in there in the small print, if you register to vote when you, like if a new resident comes in like me, registers to vote when they pick up their driving license, the 60 days is waived.
Did you register to vote?
Yes, I did.
Then your 60 days is waived. Perfect.
Well, I'm going to reread it to make sure I read it right.
Perfect.
And if I did read it right, I might see. But then again, I got to go see the doctor to get the Indiana doctor to say I'm disabled. You know what I'm saying?
Worst comes to worst, you go hunting with your family members and you carry the ammo. That's it. That's all you need.
So, yeah, but I like the idea of being able to shoot from my vehicle. Actually,
hey, you go with them next time when you have it.
You keep track of all of that shit because I'll need to know all that shit if I do what I'm even considering.
Oh, Tony's moving in with you.
Yes, I know. Oh, that's another thing, guys. No, I won't say it on air. We discussed it. We discussed it last week in one of the chats. You know, space to rent. You know.
Oh.
Gun safes available. Want to use my Indiana address as your permanent address? Keep your guns here. You know, we can negotiate a price.
And so much for keeping that off here.
Yes, I know, but you know it's not going to happen. It's all in good fun.
We're just poking each other.
Yeah, yeah. I do have a spare bedroom. I could set up all the gun safes.
I am absolutely considering moving out of Illinois. I mean,
you've been talking about it for a little while. You know?
I mean, we have a completely anti-gun, top-tier political environment in the state.
And it's never going to go away.
I mean, thank God individually you have counties that have some common sense, but the state itself is messed up.
I mean, over the years, I mean, you've come a long way in that state, but now that you've gone back the other way at the top, it could all be taken away from you.
It's Dano's fault.
Yeah. I blame Dano, too. You know?
Oh, that works for me.
You know? It's Dano and his what you call it, Huber driving. You know? I mean, when he was driving in the wrong city, when Huber said he couldn't, you know, it's I think that's something like that he did. I thought it was funny anyway.
I don't
All right, guys.
That is, but he drives for Uber as far as I know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, anyway, let's go through the room here and any plugs, promotions, or anything you want to say. Let's start with Tony.
I got nothing, man. Have a good day, everybody. Great weekend and all that.
Oh, and hopefully it still looks like the early show might come back in January.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, great. Patriot.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Happy birthday to all of my fellow Marines. And if you're not a Marine, wait till tomorrow. No, make an effort to, everybody knows a vet. Could be the crazy guy next door, whatever. Take a minute, go talk to him. Just say hi, buy a guy a cup of coffee, whatever you can do. You don't know how much that can help, especially if somebody's in a bad place. So, and do that all the time, not just tomorrow. So that's it.
All right.
Thank
John.
Thanks for the invite. Glad to be here. Don't forget to check out gunchannels.com, gearwebsites.com, gumtube.org. And, of course, happy birthday, Devil Dog Marines. Happy birthday. Go out and think one today.
And have a McRib.
And have a McRib.
Yeah, that's right.
In honor of John.
Yes. David.
Well, thank you, Mr. Rick, for having me on your show once again. And if you all get a chance, don't forget to thank our servicemen and women this Memorial Day coming up. And if you get a chance, check out my channel. Echo and the Bunnymen. Maybe doing some reloading and some shooting at the range, testing loads and stuff like that. And check out gear websites. G-Web's just got some new stuff to sell, some new patches and stuff, and gun channels. Have a good night, everyone, and have a safe evening.
Okay. Clover.
Hey, yeah, thanks for the invite. Finally, sorry I was late. And sorry I've been preoccupied, but obviously I'm here in Tulsa, so check out all of that stuff from everybody here. So whether it's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, whatever, there's several here doing stuff. So check out all that, everything that's going on. Look for more stuff tomorrow. And what else? I think that's it.
All right. Thanks a lot for being here, taking the time out from the show to join my chat. I appreciate it.
You bet, Rick.
All right. So I want to thank you to Midnight, Calvarez. Who else we got? Rich White, Zorro. Who else we got here? I'm trying to think who else was in here. There was an Isaac. There was the gun's wife, that guy's wife, and all this, the snob's wife, and Zippy. Thank you for being here. Patrick over on Gun Channels and Colt Fan 3000. I appreciate you all being here, and I thank you. And I will be back on Wednesday at 7 p.m. and then again next Saturday at 3 p.m. So thank you all for being here. Good night.